Yo, how's it going, everyone? It is that time once again. We are back for the Dokkan early stream, and I need to move this. Apparently my thing isn't plugged in. There's a Ralph's owned by Kroger in LA and they have beans. Hell yeah. Beans, beans, beans. Would help if I actually had wasn't even a cord issue this time, I just didn't actually have it plugged in. How's everyone doing today? Nick, you featured over on the Twitch side, how's it going? Jade Rex Drace. EPHNK. Give us GDC already, yeah. Baby Yoga. Ningen's Beans. How's everyone doing today? I don't think I can take food items like that with me, but I should take cans of beans with me. But I don't think I can. I see a lot of the usual suspects on Twitter complaining yet again about hints / nothing revealed. It's understandable, but at the same time it's like the 100th tweet I've seen about it. I mean, the thing is, we're in the middle of a countdown campaign. We've got those like videos that they've been posting, the like live action trailer advert type things for Dokkan. Like, I don't know what people want. Like, people complain about leaks, but like most of the time when Dokkan posts hints, like when they post the actual hint things before like a Dokkan Fest comes out, somebody guesses what it is like straight away, and then everyone like latches onto that, and then like we all basically know what it is before it comes out. Like, I much prefer this, like, actually not knowing what it is, like, because then it makes the reveal of it more hype. I don't know.
All right, let's do this.
I got some luck last night on the 50 stone bait. Oh, okay. What did you get? Called in LR feature Gohan off a Super Vegeta animation. Nice. Yeah, I really want a dupe for LR feature Gohan and Trunks, but I'm not summoning on that terrible bait banner. Let me Google it. No, you can't take a can of baked beans on a plane because it exceeds the liquid limit. But you can pack it in your checked luggage, which I don't have any of because I don't need it and it costs extra. So,
all right, let's do this.
I did the 2x 25 stone bait and I got Goma, didn't have him. Nice. It's one of those things. It's always good. Like if you take a risk on a bait banner and you actually get like something you want, then it's all good. But it's just most of the time the banner is just terrible, terrible bait, and then you don't get something you want, and then it's just you're just super disappointed and then annoyed that you wasted stones on a bait banner. Is usually what happens for the most part. But if you do summon on it and you get lucky, then that's awesome. And we get Cell or Kid Boo that has 2-turn defense and guard buff for Worldwide Chaos category. Right. So I think that's all my dailies like sorted out for today. Still haven't cashed in my Dragon Ores because yeah, I just did the weekly pan mission, so I won't be getting any more Dragon Ores before the GDC. So I can trade these all in for 156. I'm gonna test my luck on the bait banner. I wouldn't recommend it unless you have like over, I would say over 2,000 stones. Or if you're over 1,000, but depending on how much by over 1,000. Because realistically, you want to be going into the GDC with over 1,000 stones. Don't worry, EPH, like, for the big celebrations like the GDC, LR credit card will be coming out, so don't you worry. You cleared the festival battles. Festival, I feel like with all the new characters that have been added since it originally came out, like, festival is quite easy now. Some of the missions are obviously still annoying, like the extreme one, but...
Alright, let's do this.
But way easier now with some of the stuff that's come out. I never go into these major celebrations with stones, I'll be real. Fair. Yeah, 200 stones going into the GDC. Hey, Proton, how's it going? No, someone got a level 10 mate. But yeah, that's the thing. You want to have like multiples of 150 stones realistically, because obviously the rotation is 150 for the 3+1. So you want to try and have like, it's like people will always say like 1,000 stones as a go-to, like that's a big number. But technically you need 1,050 because 900 stones will be what, 6 rotations. But that's the thing. The big celebrations give out a lot of stones. Now, we're going to be getting well over 1,000 stones from the beginning to the end. But that's the thing. It's over the whole celebration itself. So you can't be... If you're going in with very little stones, you're not going to have those 1,000 stones like all to spend on the Part 1 banners. But... Pretty good today. Good, good. I realise technically the title of the stream is a lie, because this is the last main channel stream before I go. But I will be streaming Long Dark again tonight on the second channel. And then that's the last stream before I go. Exploding Rage is the last team I could, closest team I could use to fulfill the type requirements. That's the thing, it's difficult. You don't want to try... I know it's annoying to do it more than once. I guess that's why it's good to like have done the missions as they came out, because yeah, I definitely, I don't know if that's what you mean, but I definitely wouldn't be trying to do like all the missions in one go. So we pulled this guy from the World Tournament tickets during the World Tournament weekend. I love how he's got 4 links at level 10 and then Android Assault is at level 5. Hey, King Chris, how's it going? OG Tech Golden Freezer Super Easy, yeah, that'll be good. Be about time. How many stones am I going to load up for the GDC? I'll have over 1,000 when the banners come out. I've been saving up like a side like GDC fund and like Google Play points and all that kind of stuff, so... Yo, Alex, how's it going? First banner is out in 3 days, so then... Hang on, I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. I guess we could double check back to just like when the previous... Like if we go back to the previous GDC. I think it's usually... Is it 2 weeks or 3 weeks? So if we go back to like the previous GDC, so the... Rose and Blue Goku banners came out on the 7th of the 7th, and then Gogeta and Thingy came out on the 23rd. So yeah, it was like 2 weeks. It was basically 2 weeks and like 2 days. So if the thing starts on Saturday... 2 weeks, 2 days. So we're probably looking at like the 14th or the 15th of September, I would say. Oh, there you go. Proton saying September the 13th, that's when the OST changes. So, but yeah, it's usually around 2 weeks. Also, yeah, that's true. GDC could be longer overall, potentially, with like more parts and stuff as well. So, because I'm assuming there's gonna be an EX part or a part 3 and B6LRs. The 3 different class types. Oh, right, okay, yeah, because Power of Wishes and Thingy are 2 separate runs. Yeah, that's true. I mean, at least Global has that damage cap thing, like, removed now. So, if you use the, like, GT, the Boo Duo, or the GT, like, yeah, it's the Boo Duo, mainly, right? If you use the Boo Duo, like, they're... I guess it is the GT Duo, right? Because they infinitely stack attack. Like, their Spirit Bomb at the end can basically just absolutely destroy one of the bosses at the end. And then there's that Tech Broly like strategy for the, well, it's, I say for the speed run, but obviously if you're just trying to do one of the missions, you're probably not trying to speed run it, but... Yeah, Jade Rex, the Battlefield update came out the other day, so you don't have to build a team before the thing.
Let's do this.
Okay, this is actually pretty good. So yeah, we're going to try out that Realm of Gods strategy again, but we brought Anne in on the team because she's a Realm of Gods support, but she also has a weapon super, so... What team would you use for Stage 2 Tree of Might Goku under 7 turns? Probably, well, if you have everything available, like when you say what team would I use, Cell Max movie bosses. Because with the, like, turn 1 active skill, like, big damage and everything, like, that team can clear events very, very quickly. Right, of course, UI Goku gets the EX Super on the first turn when he's going to get guaranteed dodge anyway. Hope King Cold is on a banner. Well, so King Cold won't ever be featured on a banner again. Well, maybe like a Part 2 LR, like a Yellow Coin LR or a Carnival banner that has a Wicked Bloodline character. But, because he's a banner unit, so they pretty much only ever end up being featured on like random LR banners in the future, which I guess, to be fair, if like we do get a Frieza and he's the Carnival LR, not the Dokkan Fest, then I guess that King Cold could be featured on his banner. But yeah, that King Cold for Metal Cooler's team makes this event way easier because I think he's the only character. And I say only character, when I say only character, I mean like only recent, like usable character on Metal Cooler's team that actually has a weapon super. Now, obviously, a big part of this strategy is that Tech UI Goku has to not sell for 2 turns. And then obviously turn 5 he transforms. And then can dodge. Nice. And then, yeah, Anin has the weapon super. She also has a giant form, which could be helpful for later as well. Although it only activates when she's below a certain amount of HP, or when we're below a certain amount of HP, so... we'll see how that goes. She also... does she infinitely stack defense, or does she just raise defense? I can't remember. Mine's obviously built for full dodge as well, so... when we do this, because then this UI will come back on turn 5. So our turn 5 is going to end up having a bunch of characters that will be able to dodge because of Tech UI's thing. And then this rotation will be God Goku on turn 4. Blue Goku on turn 4, who will be able to dodge because we can use his active skill. And then we switch physical UI Goku over to Vegeta so that he has the crazy tanking for the turn. I don't know why I did that. I should really have just put physical UI in slot 1 because he'll guaranteed dodge everything. I just wanted the links for the int UI, but definitely need Goku to not sell here. And I fly out technically Friday morning. I've got loads of stuff to get prepared and stuff for tomorrow, so last stream before the trip. Because yeah, the event is on Friday evening in LA. Alright, come on Goku, just dodge this super. Okay, I think we might be all good now then. Well, for now, the big thing is going to be turn 3, Tech UI has to dodge. And what we'd have really loved is turn 3 to have a rotation like this, where there's no attacks in slot 2. So Tech UI could have just sat there and we didn't have to worry about him actually getting his dodges. But it is what it is. Time traveling to LA. Yeah, that is true, technically. The way back is the most brutal because it's quite a long flight, and then when I land, the clocks instantly jump forward by another 8 hours. So if I do that, that should drop those reds, and then I can get 4 orbs for God Goku, which gives him the support. Oh, physical UI. Why'd you have to be like this? Okay, he gets the EX though. Well, fortunately, because we hit him with the weapon super, because otherwise I feel like we could be in real big trouble with having died on this turn. The flight is long. I actually have a connection, so it's not as like in one go. But one of the flights is like 11 hours. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, it is long thing. Alright, it's all down to this. Tech UI obviously not doing like crazy damage or anything like that. It's just up to him to dodge here. And then he comes back on turn 5 and we can transform. Nice. And then God Goku also has to not sell. We're relying on quite a lot in terms of dodge RNG here, but okay, yeah, the more supers we get, the better as well, because the more defense he has now. Nice. Okay, take those. Yeah, I'm not out there for long. I literally get there like Friday afternoon. The event's Friday evening, and then I leave like Sunday morning. God Goku dodging the super. Let's go. Alright, so we're going to get giant form. So now this turn we can't dodge, but he won't be able to super. So a giant form doesn't have like a Oh yeah, no, for every Kisa obtained, chance to crit 20%, and she gets 100% attack. So as long as we're getting 5 orbs, that attack is a guaranteed crit. Big damage though, let's go. But yeah, this so they didn't change anything in the latest update. So I'm assuming, because most people commented on it, and I said I didn't think it was going to be any different either. So I'm assuming, as I said, that like auto clickers and stuff are not going to be affected, because especially if they haven't actually changed anything in the update, like. Oh wow, he got a second turn. At least she doesn't have a capped, like, attack per orb, so... So the more orbs we can pick up, the more, like, damage she's going to do. I also feel like the orbs seem to be scarce in harder events. No, it's all just RNG. Like, sometimes you go into a difficult event and like characters will just absolutely pop off and get all the additionals and crits and stuff. Like, it's one of those things. It's easy to, like, when you get bad RNG, to be like suspicious that something is up, but. Right, so on this turn, like I say, we can use Blue Goku's active skill. So now he can dodge, even though dodge is disabled. And then I can switch over to Vegeta so that we can tank, because Vegeta obviously has that one turn. Oh yeah, he doesn't have any links with her either. Of course he doesn't. Use Vegeta's active skill. And the thing is, he can't super now anyway, so... because of the Ningen Giant form, so... Yeah, Vegeta should do some good damage here. Hopefully we can get all the additionals as well. Crit. Now Goku can dodge. Will he though is the question, but he can. Nice. Now the big question is, does Ningen get cooked on this turn? Because so far we've done everything we could, like, right, but like, she's not the crazy. I mean, she's a free-to-play character. Oh wow, she takes 2.7 million. Oh man. That was all going so well, because next turn was turn 5. Tech UI transforms, Int UI transforms, like everyone can dodge. That was so good. I'm trying to think, the only other... Who else can we put on a Realm of Gods team that can tank in the latest, like in the later phase? I'm Jiren standby, maybe? But the problem is no one has a weapon super, but like she's like the only Realm of Gods character that has one anyway, so yeah, I'm not sure how good my one dupe Jiren is going to be in this scenario. Well, Shen just completely relies on dodge though, right? So he's just dead like after turn 4. Unless we have him on turn 1, keep him on rotation, and then float him off on turn 3, so then he comes back on turn 6 when Tech UI's domain will be active. That's the problem, is like the timing of the rotations of having characters on the rotation when because it's that turn 4 is the big one, is it's when we get to turn 4, because the physical UI can tank because we switch him over to Vegeta. Blue Goku can use his active skill, so he can dodge. But then the third unit, whoever the other unit is on the rotation, they can't dodge on that turn. And then we have to get to turn 5, use Tech UI's domain, and then everyone can dodge again. But it's like, who can we have on the team that will be able to survive on that turn 4? And I know Beerus is good, but I don't know if 55% Beerus is going to be tanking these Great Ape attacks. Like, I feel like probably not. And I could be wrong, but because the Great Ape doesn't have a unarmed super as well, so if he supers me, then I'm just dead. So also, there isn't a Realm of Gods enemy, so I hope GDC will give us another great free-to-play like Nova from last year. Yeah, hopefully. I feel like we just have to use this guy and try for the domain. Can be activated from the 3rd turn. Yeah, so literally his 2nd turn you can use it, and then he becomes invincible, doesn't he, basically?
Alright, let's do this.
And the problems are obviously the turns after that, but I still had it on auto map. I was going to say you need to have Tech UI has to be on turn 1, otherwise the whole thing doesn't work.
Alright, let's do this.
Okay, well, we got no physical UI on turn 1, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, so we So we got Tech UI on turn 1. That's the important thing. Actually, the other physical UI is in slot 7, so that's actually really good. Because then it's just guaranteed dodge on the first turn. I need this guy to come back on turn 4 then to be able to use his thing. So I'm going to have to put God Goku in... Oh, except that means I have to put God Goku in slot 1 and there's like no orbs for him. Well, we just have to cross our fingers, I guess, and hope for the good RNG, because this is how I have to do the rotation, otherwise things can't work out the way we need them to. So, nice. Good work, Goku. The thing is, the 3 orbs is all you need for the extra dodge chance. The 6 orbs just gives him guard. So the fact that he's still, like, fumbled is incredibly annoying.
Alright, let's do this.
So no Tech Goku on turn 1. Reversible exchange Jiren and Topo could be a cool Dokkan Fest for the future. Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree. I mean, I think it's fairly on record that I am not a fan of Jiren as a character at all, or Topo really. So it's not something that I would be super hyped for personally, but I do think it is, like, it would be a cool idea for like a dual Dokkan Fest or something. Not dual Dokkan Fest, sorry, a reversible exchange character. Yeah, I don't care about any of the Universe 11 or Universe 6 characters at all. Like, it's all very unhyped for me. And that's just me personally. I know other people. I'm not like opposed. If other people like, I know Drace likes the Universe 6 characters and stuff. Like, other people are allowed to like them, of course. I just don't personally. But okay, so I do want to try and get same type orbs wherever possible for building up the Dokkan gauge. Putting in UI in slot 1. Putting in UI in slot 1 is a real feels bad man moment, but I mean, this isn't a great first rotation. We're only keeping it because we have Tech UI on turn 1, which is kind of the only set this game, man. Yeah, Tech UI on turn 1 is kind of like the only requirement. Like, as long as we have Tech UI on turn 1, then we can at least try the attempt. But realistically, as you can see, like, not having other good units on turn 1 is kind of awkward.
Alright, let's do this.
Oh, except of course then I also have to remember to keep remembering to turn the auto map off as well for if Tech Goku isn't on turn 1. Yeah, I wouldn't be down for Dokkan Fest LR Dr. Rota. Yeah, that would definitely be negative hype for me for the game. I'm going to change my camera thing back because I moved it for like the World Tournament stream thing, but now my microphone's like in the shot. I also want you to be able to see the sign in the top corner. Although it's not, I need to check the battery. I'm sure I charged the batteries, but that light is on. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I know a lot of people don't like the Universe 6 characters for, like, a whole bunch of different reasons. Some of them good, some of them bad. But, like, they just didn't make the characters interesting enough for me to care about them. Right, Caulifla's just kind of like a cocky, brash, arrogant, like, young Saiyan. But they don't give her any sort of, like, meaningful backstory to sort of maybe explain that actually, you know, she is, like... She has got some more sort of depth to her character. And then obviously Kale is just female Broly. So is immediately like kind of written off as not being a particularly well written like character because yeah, she's just female Broly basically.
Alright, let's do this.
Right, no take UI on turn 1. But that's the thing is like without like apart from just saying like cocky, arrogant, like what is Caulifla's character? Like she just doesn't she doesn't have one really. Plus, I also think like the design of Kefla is incredibly boring. Like, I know that the Potara fusion is like a Potara fusion is like a combination of the two characters like cloves, but if they knew that that was going to be a thing in advance, right, that they were going to have them fuse, do you think they could have like given them slightly different or like more unique attire like each, so that then when they fused, the Kefla like appearance would be something a little bit more interesting. Like in terms of character design, like in terms, I don't even mean like, because obviously Saiyans all look kind of similar anyway, but like in terms of character design for like clothes and stuff, which I know, you know, some not everyone necessarily cares about, but like in terms of character design for like an outfit, like how boring is that? Like
Alright, let's do this.
keeping Kale's belt would have helped Kefla's design enormously. Yeah, because it's just all like one. Her clothes are just, apart from the boots and like the wrist things, which are the gold thing, like she's just all one color. But yeah, even a minor change like that, like keeping the boots, would be an improvement. Alright, so we've got our turn 1 tech UI, but unfortunately that does mean we also have turn 1 int UI with no links, but that's fine. It's actually also not a great first rotation though, because it means int UI will be back on turn 4 and he can't dodge, so actually he might just be dead. Yeah, I think you need like a very, very specific first rotation. Like certain characters have to be on like certain turns, otherwise it just doesn't work. Because yeah, int UI will come back on turn 4, not be able to dodge. Maybe his defense would be enough to tank normals on that turn, but I'm not sure. I feel like probably not. But yeah, the supers against physical UI obviously good because he has 100% dodge this turn. Now Tech UI just has to not fumble, which of course he did straight away. Good, 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 good. Well, like I said, we were probably screwed anyway.
Let's do this.
And if I could pick the rotation, right, turn 1 would be physical UI, Tech UI, and STR Blue Goku. Because then Blue Goku comes back on turn 4, can use his active skill, and then he can dodge. But that means turn 2 would have to be physical UI, I guess Jiren, and then Ink UI, because then we can float him off. He comes back on turn 5, which is then the turn where Goku Tech UI uses his active skill. So it's all like very, very specific. Like I think we pretty much have to have that exact rotation set up for it to like even be possible. Which is a lot to like try and get set up all for in one go, but
All right, let's do this. All right, let's do this.
And now we're just gonna have to play the rotation reset simulator. Remember, according to that hot takes thread, all of these count as losses that I'm having to reset.
All right, let's do this.
Not that that matters or anything, but these all count as losses. There you go, there's another loss. Another L. Hey, bring out, how's it going?
All right, let's do this.
Worry not, I do not count those. Oh god. Well, we've got Tech UI on turn 1 and Ink UI on turn 2, so whilst it's not exactly what I want, I guess we can make do. Hopefully. Okay, so I've got quite a few links. They still have a couple. I just don't want Tech UI to have to dodge multiple attacks because I don't trust him at all. Plus, there's also not a lot of orbs for God Goku if we put him in slot 1, whereas at least this way he can get the 6. And then Jiren can get those. This is if Jiren can even survive the first turn. That's the thing we hadn't even really thought about at this point, is that we're thinking about, like, oh, you know, when he comes back on turn 3, he can use his standby and be invincible. That's if he survives until turn 3. Because, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he actually just gets completely destroyed here. Maybe if I'm lucky, he'll just dodge. Yeah, 1.6 million, okay. Bruh. So I guess Jiren isn't a viable option then. Seriously, man, who else can we use on this team? I mean, can God Vegeta survive like one turn and then just transform? We just have to keep him off the rotation with Blue Goku.
Alright, let's do this.
We've literally had to try so many attempts that we've run out of 100% UI guests. A big TX, lack of poor writing on the unit's experience comes down to Toei and Toriyama in both manga and anime, plus the TOP is such a cluster that it leaves little room for storytelling. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, like... But, like, they could have still done a decent, like... They had whole bits and whole episodes dedicated to those characters. Like, with the Kefla stuff and everything. Like, they easily could have fit in a little bit of extra, like, actual... story. I mean, they spent more time doing, I swear they spent more time doing like Ribrienne explanation and backstory and stuff than they did for like Jiren. Hey, Dr. Pritch, how's it going? I guess physical UI and Blue Evolution is because I'm not finding rainbow guests now. Although, to be fair, I haven't even looked at my actual friends. I've just been doing the auto thing. I guess the problem is we do need God Goku to not sell as like the slot 1. UI. Actually, we need to keep UI on rotation as well because he needs to be. He can't come back until the turns where we need to then be able to dodge. So I'm gonna have to do this and hope for the best. Yeah, but mine's only 90%. That's right. I'm sure yours is link leveled with good skill orbs and stuff as well, so that'd be helpful. Right. Very much need Tech UI to not sell here. Well, he's got to not sell for turn 1 and turn 3 as well, to be fair. This is the most frustrating thing about trying to do it with this team, is we have to reset multiple times to get a starting rotation that's actually viable, and then after finally doing that, then it's like Tech UI turn 1 just doesn't dodge, and then we die.
All right, let's do this.
Don't really want Ink UI and Tech UI on the first turn. Doesn't work. Okay, yeah, the Rainbow Guest one does actually have like proper like god orbs and everything.
All right, let's do this.
Well, that's good. Right, take UI on turn 1.
All right, let's do this.
And then take UI on turn 1. Yeah, I did do a run yesterday trying it with like the nuke items and stuff. But yeah, I was mine is only 55%, which doesn't help. Okay, yeah, if UI's on turn 3, which means you can float them off. Actually, no, it doesn't matter. You'd be back on turn 5 anyway. Okay. I think this is good enough. Okay, so let's do this. And I think this only really works if like Vegeta doesn't get supered at the end, but obviously this guy does like to super in slot 3 sometimes. Well, that's probably like the only way we make it past the first turn. I always think it's funny when Goku gets his EX super on the first turn, where he was going to 100% dodge anyway, and then he almost guaranteed he's not going to get it on the second turn. On tech, Goku. Don't be a fraud. I mean, this music is really very fitting for this thing, is it? All TUR, no weapon supers. Oof. Of course he did. Yeah, see, Vegeta perfectly fine to tank normals, but of course, this time, all those attempts we've had where he's supered in slot 1, like when we were even trying the Vegeta team challenge, and he kept supering in slot 1, and now the one setup we get where we just don't want him to super in slot 3, so of course he supers in slot 3. I don't know if this rotation can work, but I'm going to try it anyway, just because. Just because I don't want to keep resetting over and over and over and over again, and I don't necessarily have to. Because I'm going to have to do the rotation like this, which is not ideal. Alright, so yeah, it's not the best starting rotation, but in order to achieve what we want to achieve, then we kind of have to do this. But yeah, all TURs and no weapon supers, that sounds... Is there even a team that can actually do that? Like, that's crazy. Like, the Cyberman strat is funny, because it's all technically TURs or lower and no weapon super, but it's completely reliant on items. But... you have to use the int nuke thing, but so int UI dodging, dodge the super? Nope, okay, cool. Just take 14 million damage, cool.
Alright, let's do this.
Yeah, it's crazy, like, we literally can't even, the run doesn't even really, like, the run can't even start if there's no tech UI turn 1. Proof UI is heavily fraudulent. I mean, it's just anything that rely, like, when you have to rely on dodge, it's just, you're just completely at the hands of RNG. Don't tech UI on turn 1 again. You already have used all your tickets. If you're talking about the like Memorial Stone ones, I haven't yet, no. I was waiting to see who was on the banners, because the only characters I really need from those things are the Golden Week characters from last year, so like Hit and the Tech Blue Kaioken Goku. But I don't want to get them with the coins like now, and then the GDC banners come out in a couple of days, and they're on those banners. I look at Dr. Pritch's UI Goku. Nice. You watch though, this will be, we'll pick we've picked like a specific like decent friend, and so this will just be like a non-starter. Oh no. Okay, yeah. Except we've got Blue Goku and Ultra Super Villain Vegeta on the same turn, which we also don't really want, but I guess we'll try it out and see what happens. But yeah, that's another one of the setups, like another one of the issues with the potential starting rotations. Greetings! Koroniko, how's it going? Since I don't have anything to do until GDC, I'm lurking here as I farm to do the Dokkan Awakening for Great Saiyaman 1 and 2. Nice! Okay. So I guess we also don't really want, like, God Goku on turn 4. We want him around when he can still dodge. So do this, do this, do this. Let's see if this works out well for us here. I've only got enough of I've got enough of the stones to get one of the characters. But that's the thing, basically everyone else on the banner I don't need, so getting the tickets is kind of pointless for me. Yeah, it's cooled down quite a bit over the last couple of days. It's been very nice. Now, there's very few characters that I could pull that would be actually useful. I'd rather get a character that I like, an actual, even if they're not very good, but I'd rather get a Dokkan Fest character that I don't have. Oh, Tech UI getting both the supers here. Let's go. He dodged both of them. There you go. You were saying Hyper Shadow? Normally I wouldn't be, I would have no faith in Tech UI whatsoever, to be fair. I also thought that chances are he probably was going to sell for us there, but he didn't. So, let's go. He dodged literally every single attack. That's crazy. Now we just need him to do that again on his next turn. And then we're looking good. Okay, so this is going to be awkward. Because, yeah, this Goku's defense, dodging ability is now lowered because of the Vegeta being on the rotation. Obviously, ideally, I don't want them together, but that's how the starting rotation was set up. So no EX for physical UI, but this is his first turn, so that's fine. Oh, come on, buddy. Don't let me down. I mean, obviously not physical UI because he can't not dodge, but Okay, both the supers. It's a self-challenge. I mean, this is just to like trying to do it with the Realm of Gods team. Trying to find a version of the Realm of Gods team that can actually beat this, beat this stage. Hooray! He didn't dodge, probably because Vegeta was on the rotation. But as I can't pick my starting rotations, there's nothing I could do about that. And I think Vegeta's the only other character literally that we can run on the Realm of Gods team that once it gets past turn 4 will actually be able to survive getting hit with normal attacks. I think that'd just take even longer trying to set up the rotations with the fights before. Because then we could, especially if I spend ages like going through the fights before, setting up the rotations, then we get to Great Ape Goku, Gohan, and then like one of the UIs just doesn't dodge immediately in turn 1 and I die. And then I've wasted all that time setting up the thing, and then just dying in turn 1 anyway.
Alright, let's do this.
Well, technically, Goku didn't have higher dodge that turn because he had an extreme class ally on the rotation with him. That's by adding Vegeta into the team, we have now added another like stipulation to our good starting rotations, because now we have to have not God Vegeta and Blue Goku on the same rotation.
Alright, let's do this.
Oh no, this is obviously still wasting time as well, but I think in the long run it's quicker to just reset than it is to fight do a bunch of the fights, set up our rotations, and then still potentially immediately die on turn 1. Okay, we've got... Here we go. Tech UI on turn 1. And no Blue Vegeta and Blue Goku on the same turn. So we've at least got... We've got a viable start. I do have Beerus at 55%. So I don't know if he is... I don't know if he's a viable option at 55%. Hey, take it easy, Blazer Dragon. See you next time. Oh, hello. I'm sorry, is that a free Tech UI doesn't have to get hit turn? I think that is. And also, if we float off Goku here... Well, no, because then if I float off Goku here, I have to float off... I need to float off Int UI on the next turn, because otherwise he's back on turn 4 and can't dodge. Which means I can't float off Vegeta. Which means if I float this guy off, they'll end up on the same turn together again. So I have to do this. Because, yeah, we need to keep Vegeta and Blue Goku apart. Otherwise, bad times. So we'll do this. But, yeah, we'll absolutely take the free turn of we don't have to worry about Tech UI actually dodging, because there are no attacks for him to dodge, so that's good. I don't think I've seen a single starting setup of us trying this event where he wasn't attacking in slot 1 at all. Like, that's crazy. Great Ape Gohan was like, "Wow, you're still at this, huh? I'll give you a break." Yeah, fortunately, physical UI can't sell on turn 1. Blue Goku can, but like getting hit for 500k, but we still are alive, so that's fine. I mean, I say fine, but we're still alive. That's the important part. Because yeah, I need to float off int UI on the next turn, because otherwise he comes back on turn 4 and he can't dodge. I don't think his defense will be stacked up high enough. Whereas if we float him off on the next turn, he comes back on turn 5, transforms, and that's the turn where Tech UI transforms. So then both of them not only can dodge, but have 100% chance to dodge. So I love this frantic piano music. I don't know if this is the best OST for this scenario, but what other ones have we got here that we could throw on? I like 16's active skill one. Oh, because we lost health, int UI is just going to transform straight away. Fair enough. Well, I guess that at least gives us another character on this turn that we don't have to worry about getting hit. Ah. So I have to float off int UI. So Vegeta we know can't take a super, so I guess I have to do this. And like, he doesn't tank normals very well, but he won't die instantly. Although I'm not going to have a crazy amount of HP, but wait, what? So when we were doing the crossover runs, he was taking like 50k in slot 1. I guess because of all the support. So does that mean he's not actually usable at all either? Like, I'll try Beerus.
All right, let's do this.
Man, this is insane. This event is crazy. Now it's crossover all Realm of Gods, because I use him on the Realm of Gods team quite a bit. Oh, it's the before attacking is the crossover, yeah. Because he needs crossover all Realm of Gods to get the 30% for 3 turns, which is his intro. But yeah, the 30% before attacking is crossover, yeah, you're right. Right, so gotta keep. Who has the higher dodge chance in their base? They're both just great. Yeah. Of course. Why would a 70% chance to dodge actually work?
All right, let's do this.
That's the thing, when characters have high chance to dodge and they fail to dodge, it's like understandable because it's 50-50, it's a coin flip. But when characters have 70% chance to dodge and they don't dodge, it's so annoying.
Let's do this. All right, let's do this.
If it ain't 100% chance, it's 50%, yeah. What's the best link level stage? There's a couple that are like similar. One of the newer ones, I can't remember what number it is, but the Barbady Ingenious Plan or whatever it is a good one I've been doing. I'm not sure which one. I'm not sure which one is technically the best one. I mean, obviously, technically the best one is like the Dokkan Day thing, or the Training in the Clouds one, but in terms of quest mode, I'm not sure which one is technically the best one now.
Alright, let's do this.
Now it's just constantly giving me a string of no tech UI on turn 1 starts, which is incredibly annoying because the strategy doesn't work if tech UI isn't on turn 1.
Alright, let's do this.
I use 38.7. Just doing link leveling and normally just grind the Whis event. Not the best for links, but you get a good amount and equips. Yeah, in terms of link leveling, it's not the best for sure, but yeah, you are then also combining it with the fact that you could get decent equips. You also could not, because the drop rate for good equips on that event is terrible, but you also could potentially. Seriously, how many resets is this now with no tech UI on turn 1? Oh, bruh. This is all like, since we added Beerus on the team, we haven't actually gotten to have a proper start. So I still don't actually know whether he is even viable for this team, like viable for this strategy, because we haven't even gotten a chance to actually use him yet.
Let's do this.
Yeah. Well, see what happens, I guess. Imagine they release a unit with turn limited 99% dodge chances, 0 defensive capabilities otherwise. I mean, that's... yeah, that would be fine if the character had 99% chance to dodge for the first, like, say, 3 turns, but other than that, they had no defense at all. And then their passive would be, like, from the 4th turn, they then have, like, guard and damage reduction or something. That would be crazy, because, like, for the first 3 turns, like, 99% chance to dodge, you pretty much are getting that every time. And you would have to be very, very unlucky to get the turn where it doesn't proc. Oh, God. And I'm pretty sure Beerus isn't going to be able to tank the super. So I have to do this, right? Except we don't want to float off tech UI. So I have to do this. Which, I mean, I don't want to, but... because I'm pretty sure Beerus just eats it when he gets hit with the super. Like, he's just dead. But I can't do the rotation any other way for our strategy to work. So I'm pretty sure it's just GG at this point. I mean, Tech UI at least dodged a bit at the start here. It's the bare minimum we can ask for, I guess, is for him to do his job. The whole reason he's on the team. Okay. Have to be tuned to get that 1%, yeah. It would be more likely that Toon gets a channel membership than you fail that 99% dodge. Nice. Alright, so what happens to Beerus? Has Toon died on a 98% dodge chance once? I mean, maybe? I mean, if anyone can, it would be our boy. We do love Toon. Wait. Hang on. I looked at the chat for a second. I need to play the end part of what you said. How did we not die? So Beerus was attacking. Oh, did Beerus dodge? Yeah, someone in chat said hit a potential dodge. I'm just looking back at the last, like, 20 seconds of the stream. So all this, like, RNG of, like, these UI Gokus with their 70% chance to dodge, not dodging. And then in Beerus, 55% in Beerus in slot 3. What is his? Does he have any dodge in his passive? Okay, yeah, he does have 25% dodge. This is for characters who are also planetary destruction, which he is. So he has 25% dodge from his passive. And I think that's it. Is that it? I think that's it. Yeah, 25% dodge from his passive, and then mine has 5 dodge because he's 55%. Damn. My go. Alright, well, let's do this. Both the UIs, it's their turn 1, so they're going to guarantee dodge. So it's just up to STR Blue Goku in the middle to not fumble. But those don't stack as well, so it's a 25% dodge chance and a separate 5% dodge chance. And one of them procced. So we absolutely take those. Hey, Delta Ryan, how's it going? Yeah, giant monkey fight. Trying to find a viable Realm of Gods team to actually do this event with. I really thought we were just insta-GG'd with Beerus getting supered at the end of the turn, so that was great. Yeah, him having the Scouter is quite helpful as well. Alright, now we just really need Blue Goku to not fumble here, because obviously both the UIs, they can't fumble, because they've got 100% dodge, but after Beerus getting that 25% dodge chance, I'm going to be really annoyed if Blue Goku doesn't dodge and gets us killed, when his dodge is so much higher. Alright, good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, in Beerus is very good. I didn't get AGL God Goku. But, I mean, the few times I've used him on the private server, I haven't been super impressed with AGL God Goku. But Beerus is really good. Especially if, like, we get another difficult boss fight that has an unarmed super, then obviously Beerus is super helpful. Yeah, no cell this time. But this is the big one, is this turn 3, because now this is, again, Tech UI has to not fumble. And then we'll be able to transform on his next turn. So many attacks for him to have to dodge. And then the other one is a super, so I don't know what's better, to do that or to do that. Although if we do this, God Goku... Oh no, you can get 6 orbs, but Like, in theory, Tech UI has more chance to dodge. So, like, in theory, Tech UI should be the go-to for this slot, but... it's a tough choice, because he's not very good. But, I mean, to be fair, regardless of what I do, like, with this, if they don't dodge in slot 1, I'm dead. But Tech UI, even though he is often a fraud, like, Tech UI does have a higher dodge chance than physical God Goku. So... there's 1, 2... No! You bum! 70% chance to dodge. With dodge in the hidden potential as well. In fact, what even is the hidden potential for my Tech UI? Oh, I've only got 1 dupe in him. Damn. Yeah, I literally gave him as much dodge as possible. I even gave him a bronze dodge orb. Yeah, 2 extra dodge, I don't really care. I don't want him to lose the additional.
All right, let's do this.
Yeah, the classic Tech UI experience. You know, they haven't nerfed anything. It's just one of those. It can always feel that way when you get unlucky, because you have to remember with the way probability and like percentages work. Even if something has a 70% chance to succeed, like you could do that thing 5 times in a row and still fail like all 5. You just unluckily hit that 30% all 5 times. It's like I remember in the early days of Dokkan, people would get confused about why, like, if you had 2 characters when you were feeding in for super attacks, if you put in 2 characters that had a 50% chance to raise super attack, why it didn't give you a guaranteed thing, because it doesn't add up to 100. It's just 2 separate 50%. And that's like the same thing with, you know, even if UI Goku has a 70% chance to dodge, he has a 30% chance to fail. And unfortunately, if you just get unlucky with your RNG, like, you can hit that 30% chance to fail like 3 times in a row. In terms of probability, like, and making predictions, it's like, it's unlikely that you should fail it 3 times in a row, but it is absolutely possible that that happens, which is obviously incredibly annoying. Alright, so we got the triple UI starting rotation, which is not necessarily the best start, but it's a workable start at least, and that's the important thing. Yeah, it's like, not saying this like at anyone specifically or anything, but like, it's like people often just don't understand probability sometimes. It's like, the perfect example is if you have a normal dice, right, like a 6-sided dice 1 to 6, the chance of getting any one of those specific numbers, so usually a 6, right, if you're playing some sort of game you probably want to roll the highest number possible, the chance of getting a 6 is 1 in 6. That doesn't mean if you roll a dice 6 times, you will guaranteed get a 6 one of those times. That's like the very basic sort of like thing for probability. And that sounds really obvious, but that's why then like people will say like, oh, this unit has like a 60% chance to dodge, and they didn't dodge like 3 times in a row. It's like, yep, as they also they have a 40% chance to not dodge, and they got the 40% chance every single time, which is just unlucky. But unfortunately, sometimes it is what it is. But that's why dodge or die like defensive characters are so frustrating to use, because like you're not doing anything wrong. You haven't made a misplay by like putting that character in that specific slot, because that is their defensive ability. They're supposed to just dodge, and then because you got bad RNG and they didn't dodge, you die and you lose the run. Like, yeah, you didn't do anything wrong, and that's why it's frustrating, because you just lose because of RNG. That's why tanks that are actually tanks will always be better than like dodge characters. It's one of the reasons why UI and Blue Evo are so good, right? Because turn 1, 100% dodge. Turn 2, physical Vegeta can just tank, guaranteed. So you've got 2 turns where you're basically invincible. But yeah, it's very frustrating because, yeah, they failed to do the one job that they had. Like, that's the whole reason they're on the team. And they failed. Right, it's very annoying. Okay, well, they do have shocking speed, but that doesn't really help me all that much. I can't get 6 orbs for God Goku in slot 1, but unfortunately, I'll have to do. At least Beerus isn't getting supered at the end, because I don't think we can count on like a clutch dodge again. That's why Beast was such a menace. Yeah, exactly. That's why Golden Frieza and like Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta back in the first like 2 years of the game or whatever were like the best tanks in the game, and it didn't matter if they didn't do any damage, because they just didn't take damage from anything. Yeah, and like Tech Caulifla as well, yeah. Like against certain bosses, you've just got a character that you can use that is guaranteed dodge. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, they definitely made a mistake when they made Tech Caulifla. As long as Beerus is... he could just dodge as well, to be fair. So yeah, we still haven't actually seen how much damage Beerus takes from a normal in this event, because the only attack he took on the last run was a super and he dodged. So there's a triple super turn, so that's good for him. Okay, nice. He takes double-digit damage. Good. Okay, so... turn 4 we're going to have... I messed up my rotations. I wasn't even thinking... because we've had so long trying to get the first turn set up properly. I didn't even think about, like, the future turns, because now I've got a turn 4 with God Goku and Int UI, so 2 characters that can't dodge on the turn where he then disables dodge. So we're just cooked on like the next turn, basically. Oh, good. Oh, good. Yeah, it's a physical UI Goku in slot 1, failing 2 dodges in a row this time. You have got to be kidding me. Bruh. Unbelievable.
All right, let's do this.
Yeah, exactly. 70% dodge chances again, back to back, failed. Crazy.
All right, let's do this.
Unreal. Now you see my pain with physical UI, yeah. Okay, yeah, this works. Potentially. Hey, thanks, Kavil. I'm sure I will. Yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting everyone who's going to be there. Okay, so in order for this to work, both of these guys have to stay on rotation. So, kind of awkward. Because, yeah, it's not like an ideal rotation setup, but we need to have... UI Goku has to stay on rotation, and Int UI Goku has to stay on rotation, because if we float him off, he comes back on turn 4, which is when we are first unable to dodge. Whereas at least if we keep him on rotation like this, he's on rotations with the Tech Godku. So then on turn 3 they can still dodge, and then on turn 5 Tech UI uses his domain. I mean, technically we could float off his Int UI on the next turn, turn 3, and then he'd come back on turn 6 and Tech UI's domain would still be active. Okay, nice. Int UI doing his job. Now, will Tech UI do the same? Let's see. Oh yeah, for being the event for the first time, like, I just used the... I think I used Daima Goku's team with Pansy because she has a weapon super, and then it was super easy. But of course, Tech UI didn't do his job because he's a fraud. Of course.
All right, let's do this.
That is a great wallpaper, though. Okay, yeah, this is workable. STR, I love STR Cooler. I know he is RNG related as well, but I think he's probably gone back to being my favourite unit in the game. He was my favourite unit in the game when he came out, and he's probably just back to being my favourite unit in the game now. Like, it's just so fun to use. Alright, so we can get 6 orbs for you. You don't need key, which is good. I mean, you getting your 18 key super when no one else after you needs the defense doesn't really matter, but getting the 18 key is obviously good because he stacks attack. Yeah, 55% cooler, obviously, I can understand isn't as good, but man, he's just so fun. Alright, come on, God Goku. I mean, yeah, the difference between Rainbow and like 90% isn't really even that much anyway. Like, it's not making a huge amount of difference. Nice. Alright, so God Goku got both the supers and he dodged them both, right? So Also, yeah, for this event against Great Ape Kid Gohan, like, King Cold is probably, I don't want to say necessary, but is, like, super good for the Metal Cooler team because he's got a weapon super. And that's where the crazy gap in this event is. Like, any team that doesn't have a weapon super is, like, immediately a massive disadvantage. And, like, Realm of Gods doesn't have one. So that's why we have to keep trying to set up these, like, perfect rotations so that we've got the right characters that can dodge on the right turns and stuff. But that's the reason why we float off this Goku, because then he comes back on turn 4, and on that turn 4 he can use his active skill, which then means he can dodge even against enemies that disable dodge. Ooh. Well, this is awkward. I can't rely on Beerus to dodge a super. So he has guard. He does have dodge, but he has 20% damage reduction before attacking as well. When he receives an attack, he gets 250% defense. Because how much does this Gohan do normals for? Because, yeah, this is a bit... I don't want to put Beerus in front of a super, because I know he can get, like, a clutch dodge, but relying on him doing so is kind of... is a bit crazy. This guy supers for 6.5 million. Are you serious? Sorry, normals for 6.5 million. So 6.5 million, then Beerus has, what? Was it 30? No, 20% damage reduction before attacking. And there's no Realm of Gods enemy. So that puts that down to 5 million. Then he has guard. Oh yeah, because he has that 10% damage reduction there, doesn't he? And 30% for one turn. Okay, yeah, so actually his damage reduction on turn 1 is way higher. So I think this is like the only turn that we can actually put him in. Well, 1, isn't it? Because he gets 250% defense when he gets hit as well, so his defense goes up to like nearly 2 million. So I think he should be fine? Question mark? And then, yeah, we have to float off this UI, because then he comes back on turn 5 with Tech UI, and then we'll be able to dodge because of Tech UI's domain. So yeah, I think we have to do it like this. Okay, we just get to dodge.
Okay, well, he'll just dodge both the attacks, I guess, after all that. He'll just dodge them both. Fine.
Yo, Joel, how's it going? Yeah, AGL 21 could be interesting as long as she's on turns 1 and 3 when she can still dodge. And then once he gets to the disabled dodge part, then you transform, and then she's tanking with raw defense. She wouldn't survive a super though, but well, obviously physical UI has 100% dodge, so yeah, why get hit when I could just not? Watch and learn, Goku. Yeah, exactly. Tech UI, you better be taking lessons from Tech Beerus, in Beerus. And on the next turn, dodge everything, because... UI getting some attacks off here as well. In UI, I should say. Dodge, but then the important one, dodge the super. There we go. Okay, so far so good. Right, so now we're on turn 3. So take UI only has to take a normal, which hopefully will be fine. Physical UI can get full key, so he's hopefully gets his EX super here, and then God Goku can get 6 orbs in slot 3. So okay, Tech UI got the dodge, let's go. Physical UI got the EX super. Now it's only God Goku that can fumble on this turn. So please do not fumble. Because yeah, physical UI fine. Yep, physical UI dodge the super. Now it's all up to God Goku on this turn. It's not like we've won after this, but yeah, it's all up to God Goku on this turn to not sell us out at the end here. He's getting a bunch of supers, which is good for his like raw defense, but whilst that might be fine against normals, although probably not because God Goku does, Great Ape Gohan does so much, it's not going to help against the super. That's the main thing here. Right, God Goku, dodge. Yes, okay. Oh, right, so now it's turn 4. So this is where we now can't dodge attacks, but Blue Goku can dodge attacks because we use his active skill. So now Blue Goku can dodge attacks. I should have used Beerus's active skill first. I got overexcited because I'm pretty sure doesn't his active skill buff? Yeah, it gives Realm of God's allies attack and defense, so that would have made Goku's active skill hit a little bit harder, which doesn't really matter, but actually, no, you can't use it anyway, so it really doesn't matter. So rather than take the risk of Blue Goku having to dodge all of those attacks, we now put Vegeta in slot 1, because Vegeta has the guarantee, like, he will tank like an absolute mad lad on this turn. So we put Vegeta in slot 1, we do his active skill, then we chuck you there, get as much key as we can for you. Yeah, God Goku not being able to get an 18 key super is a little bit annoying. I keep saying God Goku when I mean Blue Goku, but it's fine. And then this for you. Okay, so now he's guaranteed to hit, but Vegeta will tank, and Goku can dodge, even though he's got dodge disable. So, of course, the thing is, Blue Goku can dodge with his active skill active. Doesn't mean he will dodge, it just means he can. So hopefully he does. But yeah, Vegeta going to do some really good damage here as well. Get these additionals, that's good. Yeah, that's true. Blue Goku could potentially tank a normal, and especially with the buff from Beerus's active skill. That is true. And I say tank, I just mean survive, because that's all he has to do, is survive the thing. He doesn't have to win. He doesn't have to take like double digits, he just has to not die. But he also didn't get his 18 key super, so I'm also not 100% sure how good he'll be here. Okay, 153. That's fine. Right. The Halloween game? Oh, as in... No, I didn't get... Oh, no, I didn't have Beerus' active. What is Beerus' active condition? Because, yeah, we didn't have it. Okay, so at least we survived this turn, which is the important thing. But now, this is where things start to get spicy. We finally got to this, like, God turn 5 setup. Because this is where things get spicy. Because Int UI is now transforming, so he has guaranteed dodge. And now we can use Tech UI's domain, so he will guarantee dodge and counter. So then the question is, do we use UI Goku because he can dodge, or do we use Blue Evolution Vegeta because we know he will tank? That's the thing. Because obviously I could just use the God Goku part of the card. Use Vegeta's active skill first, because obviously we're on a rotation of full UIs, so we're going to have all the links. I haven't seen his active skill for a while, so... But yeah, we've got 2 units that literally guarantee dodge. So... And obviously I want Tech UI, even though his damage isn't crazy, I want him to get the most counters possible, so we do this. So the question after that is just, do I use UI Goku, or do I use... Blue Evolution Vegeta? Because I could save the Blue Evolution Vegeta turn. Because also God Goku survives KO attacks, remember? So if God Goku gets hit at the end of the turn, we survive the turn on 1 HP. Because obviously I'm still going to switch to Vegeta and use his active skill, because then UI Goku still hits quite hard on the active skill turn. Because Vegeta just doesn't have... Well, he's still got 4 links active, to be fair. I should have probably used his active skill while he was next to Goku as well. Tech Goku, so he could actually have legendary power active. But... Oh, that is a good point as well. The domain does give them a massive buff, doesn't it? Yeah, I should have put Vegeta slot 2 for the active. Again, I got too overexcited. Yeah, I mean, he's still got 4 links active. The only problem is he doesn't share as the best key links. Although it doesn't matter, we can still get 24 key with him. Alright, yeah, we'll just... I mean, he's not going to come back for 3 turns anyway, so it's probably not like a chance we'll get to use this Vegeta otherwise. So we literally have a turn here where we can't die. Because both the UIs 100% dodge, and then physical Evolution Vegeta can't take damage, basically, on his first turn. Look at these crazy Tech UI counters, 660 damage. Ooh. There you go, I was going to say, hopefully some of them will crit, but... I mean, I imagine once he eventually gets an easy A, Tech UI Goku will be pretty insane, but... But that's the thing, even though the damage isn't crazy, it's still free damage, right? That's why I put him in front of as many attacks as possible. Because even though a couple of those first ones didn't crit and they did 660, that one that did crit did like a decent little bit of damage. Like, any extra damage is better than nothing, basically. Because if I put Int UI there, he obviously guaranteed dodges as well, but he doesn't do any counters, so he doesn't do any extra damage. Yeah, next turn we have like the Vegeta. Well, we don't have the. I've used Goku. I used Blue Goku's active, remember, so that he could dodge on turn 4. But yeah, I think we pretty much guaranteed win now, right? Because Vegeta at the end should do some. I mean, Vegeta at the end might kill him, maybe, with the domain buff, like. 141 million. That's pretty good. Yeah, if he gets 2 additional supers, he might actually kill him. So there's 1. Oh, I don't know, actually. Well, it does jump up quite a little bit. Because, yeah, that's... like, if he survives this turn, he just dies to active skills next turn. So... and then, yeah, Vegeta tanks like an absolute boss. Oh, and then we get to see one of my favourite active skills in the whole game. Because I'm so glad they actually put that line into the English version. So, yeah, we need to make sure the skip is off. And then here you go. Great Ape Gohan, you know what God Goku's not going to let you do? Hell yeah, baby. We did it, finally. It requires a very, very specific starting setup. But we did it. Oh, it involves Tech UI having to not fraud on turn 1 and turn 5. But there you go. No items, no weapon super, Realm of Gods versus Collection of Epic Battles. Great Ape Kid Gohan. So, oh, that was absolute mission, but we did it. So, that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one. Alright, that was me just recording an outro for the video, but yeah, I could make the end part into a short, which I guess could go up after the video, because I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, that is true. All the times I reset, so we lost like 50 times before we won, but we did it. I should take a screenshot of that as well. Oh boy, that was crazy, but we did it. Let's get some W's in the chat. You know what? In fact, let's... where is the link thing? I do need to end because I went over by a little bit, but it was worth it. We finally did it after all of those tries. That's going to be a good video, hopefully. So, let's... yeah, Toon, like, don't leave, don't leave. Where's the thing? Here we go. Hey, one of them went to... hey, Delta Ryan and Hyper Shadow. Let's go. You guys were in the chat for the run, so that makes that even better. But there you go. There's a couple of gifted memberships from me to you guys to celebrate that massive W. And the... yeah, that took us many, I mean, that basically took us the entire stream, right, to get that run done. But we did it. So all I need to do is I need to record like a little intro, because obviously started the recording from like the first rotation, like turn 1. But straight beans. I know, right now you guys can use the beans emotes as well. Beans, beans, beans. Let's go. So yeah, take those memberships from me. In celebration of a job well done. By me, so that sounds kind of... as a job well done by Tech UI, finally. Beerus, that double dodge in slot 1, let's go. Hey, shout out to Dr. Pritch for the 5 gifteds as well. Love to see that. Replacement for Beerus and Int UI, impossible, basically. We tried multiple different team builds. I'm pretty sure, like... if someone else can find another team build for Realm of Gods that works, but I tried multiple other units instead of Beerus and we kept failing. So I genuinely don't know how you would do it. Even if you could find a unit to replace Beerus, I don't know how you would do it without Int UI. Because obviously that turn where Tech UI got his domain, and then Tech UI and Int UI both had guaranteed dodge. Like, I genuinely don't know how you do it, like, without that. So... but yeah, let's put this up here. Yeah, so big W's. Shout out to the Delta Ryan, Hyper Shadow, Dopo Orochi, Edo, and Proxy for receiving the memberships from me. And then we also got 5 from Dr. Pritch for HG, Monty, Skylordius, Momo Muffin, F4 Byrex, and Clave Man. So, oh yeah, that's true. Actually, to be fair, AGL God Goku is a possible replacement, but I don't have him. So that was obviously something that I couldn't factor in to my attempts because I don't have him. But yeah, there you go. So we finally did it. Realm of Gods, no items, no weapon super versus the Kid Gohan. Took a little while, but we finally managed to do it. So let's go. Appreciate all you guys being here for the stream. As it says in the title, although technically it's a lie because I will be streaming on the second channel later, and then that's actually the last stream before I go. But this is the last stream on the main channel for my trip. So make sure you guys check out the second channel. I'll be playing some more The Long Dark later. We're on our way. We just got to the area where it actually is, but we're going to the prison area, so that should be interesting. That will be in like 9 hours and 45 minutes from now, whatever time that is for you guys, 8 PM UK. But I appreciate you guys being here for all the runs. Finally got it done, so I'll get that, record a little intro, get that video up today. Make sure you check out the video version, even if you were here for the stream. Leave a comment, let me know you were here to see it live. But yeah, that's it from me. Like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.